Blackhawks closed out the road trip with a 5-1 win in Detroit. And just like that, it's a successful 6-game road trip through Western Canada with a stop in Detroit. The Blackhawks started this trip 0-2-1, but then went on to win their last 3 games of the trip and to make it a positive road trip, which is really all you can ask for in tough trips like this. I think this was their longest road trip of the season, and now they'll have a stretch of 8 of 9 at home. The storylines from this afternoon's game in Detroit are very similar to the Friday night affair in Calgary. Connor Bedard, 3 points in this one. He has 7 points in his last 2 games and is in sole possession of the NHL's scoring lead. I don't know if I said that right, but he is the NHL scoring leader with 25 points through 16 games. I don't know how much more there is to say about him, but he's absolutely having one of the best breakout seasons we've ever seen here in year 3. Obviously, it's early on. We're only 16 games in, but we are 16 games in. He's the NHL scoring leader, and he's taken strides in other areas too. He won 55% of his draws. He's been much better in the circle as of late. He's been improving defensively. That's been apparent throughout this season. That's what Jeff Blashill talks about the most when he's talking about Connor, is his two-way game, how that's evolved, and how much better he is on both ends of the ice. And that's what's actually leading to his increase in scoring. We saw it in the highlight reel goal in Calgary. He had the stick check to get the breakaway for himself, and he capitalized on that. He had a few other solid defensive efforts. It's just subtle stuff that we see throughout the game. He's just becoming a more well-rounded player, and it is generating him much more offense. He also had the benefit today of playing with Tyler Bertuzzi, who's been on a hot streak of his own. He picked up 2 more points tonight with another goal, another power play goal. The Blackhawks power play went 3 for 3, and it makes winning hockey games so much easier when your power play is clicking like it is and like it has been over this past 3 games. It allows you, like tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, the Blackhawks got outchanced. They got outshot by a lot. The final shots were 45-20 in favor of the Red Wings. But because the Blackhawks power play got them 3 goals, they were able to still win the game. So when your power play is clicking like it is, you get some goals. It allows you, to still stay afloat and keep the lead even when they're getting outchanced and outshot like they did for the most part in today's game. But another large reason why they won this one was because of the goaltending. Arvid was amazing tonight. He stopped a career high 44 shots, stopped 44 of 45. The Blackhawks goaltending has been so good. That's one of the reasons why this team has been so good overall, is because they are getting unreal goaltending. There's not really much more to say, but Spencer Knight, we've talked about him plenty or probably not enough because of how good he's been. And then Arvid tonight gets the start after, Spencer Knight coming off a shutout. You'd think he plays, but they had Arvid start today, and it was turned out to be a correct decision. He stopped 44 out of 45. He had 3.83 goals saved above expected. He was masterful in today's win. If you're getting good goaltending, you're getting, your stars on offense. They're producing, and then the defensive play has been pretty solid. Even though they're allowing a lot of shots, they're growing defensively. You have a lot of young guys back there, so you're gonna allow some chances, you're gonna allow some shots, but with how good the goaltending's been, it's made up for that. The defensive guys are getting better, especially the younger guys. Kaiser continues to play really good. He's evolved into the Blackhawks number 2 defenseman behind Alex Vlasic. Levshunov has been really good as well. He picked up 2 more assists in today's win, and he's gaining more and more trust from the coaching staff. He played 17 minutes in this game, which is 3rd most among Blackhawks defensemen, and it seems like he's kind of leapfrogged Renzel on the depth chart. He's playing more minutes. He's taking over the first power play, and that's not necessarily a knock on Renzel, even though he hasn't been too great. He hasn't I don't want to say that as like a bad thing, but he hasn't picked up necessarily where he left off last season, but he's still a young defenseman. The growing pains are going to happen, but I think it's more of a shout to Levshunov and how well he's picked up his game these past 6-7 games or so, especially on this road trip. It's been improved for Levshunov. Now there still are some blunders. There was one today where he overskated a puck. It led to the 3-on-1, which Arvid completely bailed them out, because that was I think everyone knows, if you watch the game, what I'm talking about. That save of the season candidate from Arvid. That was because Levshunov kind of overskated a play, led to that odd man break for the Red Wings, but those are going to happen. Levshunov overall, his game has been improving. He's making more plays. He's being a little more steady defensively, and that showed with his minutes. He played 17 minutes. That's kind of been a common theme. He's taken over a top four defensive role, and he's playing more minutes than guys like Connor Murphy, Matt Grzelcyk, and Sam Rinzel. Oliver Moore picked up his first NHL goal with like 20 seconds left in this game. He only played a team low 11 minutes and 30 seconds, but he played solid. He's using his speed. They're not going to throw him in necessarily to a high minutes role right away. They're going to ease him in a little bit, and I'm fine with that. And it was nice for him to pick up his first goal in a win. There's been a lot of guys that I'm not necessarily shouting out in these post-game videos, but everyone's really playing pretty well. There's a lot of plays that just aren't necessarily highlight reel or not going to get talked about as a main takeaway, but they're just quality plays. Ryan Green does a lot of those. I haven't really mentioned him too much over these past few games, but he continues to be a real steady player. He's proving to the Blackhawks that he can play in all situations, and he's getting a lot of shifts in different situations. Andre Burakovsky picked up 2 more points in this effort. He's quietly a big reason why Connor Bedard's having so much success right now. They've really built chemistry, and I just gotta say, a lot of people were quick to count out or talk bad about Burakovsky because he had a slow start to the preseason, but it's just showing why you got to give these guys a little bit more time, and Burakovsky is proving to be a great player next to Connor Bedard. He's really elevated his game. Blackhawks did this with Frank Nazar out. Luckily, it doesn't seem like this is going to be a long-term absence at all for Nazar. He took warm-ups, but was ruled out for this game, so it might be more of a precautionary absence for Frank, but luckily, looks like the Blackhawks avoided anything too bad, and he has a chance to play in the team's next game, which comes Wednesday versus New Jersey. So 2 more days off for Frank. Should be able to play in that one, hopefully, but we'll see. But good news is Blackhawks avoided bad injury there. I do want to read a few of you guys' takeaways from this one. Again, I post the takeaways post on Twitter at Blackhawks Focus, so check that out if you want. First one here says, I'm Soderblom's biggest critic, but man, what a game from him. Our PK and PP were perfect today. Even with that bogus double minor. Yeah, the refs, that double minor was pretty bad. Now, it sounds like Bertuzzi was chirping a little bit too much to the refs, so I get maybe an unsportsmanlike, but they called a real soft roughing penalty on him. And then he got taken down pretty quickly after that, after a whistle and a different scrum, and they didn't call anything. So that was a little bit questionable. Didn't end up biting the Blackhawks at all, and honestly may have benefited them as their PK, their penalty kill, was super good. They killed all 5 Red Wings power play opportunities, and that may have given the Blackhawks some momentum. So the PK was good. The power play, like I mentioned, was perfect. Arvid had himself a career night or a career day in Detroit. Next one here says, Soderblom, just talked about Arvid. Tyler Bertuzzi, that is all. Bertuzzi's on a crazy hot streak. He has 6 goals in 7 periods. He's really a hot and cold player, so his highs are really high, and we're in one of his highs right now. Hopefully we avoid some of the cold stretches from him. He is kind of an up and down player, but we're definitely enjoying the high right now. He's been really, really good. I do want to mention, because he scored his power play goal, he was standing beside the net, and he took it to the net. I've been asking the players, I think Colton Dock does this so well. That's why I mentioned before the season, I want Dock on the power play, maybe the second unit, because he takes the puck to the net so well. But if Bertuzzi, I'm just really happy to see Bertuzzi do that. Take the puck from besides the net and charge to the net, get the puck on net, because I think that could generate some high quality scoring chances like it did today. But a lot of guys just refuse to do that. They'll just pass it back out to the flank when I think there's chances to be had if you just drive the puck to the net when you're in that net front row. Bertuzzi did that today, which is a great sign. I think Colton Dock does it really well, but if Bertuzzi can do it on that first unit, that's even better. But next one here says, our D zone was terrible, getting doubled in shots against, but they were buzzing today and they had their chances. Yeah, again, the goaltending has been so good that, it's not as notable that the Red Wings and these other teams kind of outshoot them relatively often, just because the goaltending's been so good. They've been able to avoid the high quantity of shots translating to goals against. So it's definitely still something that you want to clean up. You don't want to be allowing 45 shots, because the goaltending, it's not going to stay quite this good where they're literally stopping everything. There's going to be some games where this high quantity of shots translates to more than one goal again. So they have to clean that up, but it's nice to see that they are capitalizing on the chances they do get, and they're making it work right now. Another excellent game from Levchinov. Bedard is raising the bar for himself. Burakovsky has been a gift for us. Soderblom's showing why he got that 2-year extension. Special teams killed it. Another all-around great effort from the team. I think that sums it up pretty well. I don't have too much more to add. Yeah, Blackhawks take the win today in Detroit. They end the road trip 3-2-1. Successful 6-game roadie. Didn't seem like it was going to end up that way, but real nice stretch of games here. Their next game comes Wednesday at home versus New Jersey. So yeah, I'll see you then.